How do you invent a new concept or a new product? Let me tell you how we've done it. When you talk to people about inventing products, you can see the shivers going down their spine. It sounds like a crazy thing, and it's like there's nothing left to be invented. I'd say from experience, the opposite is true. We haven't even scratched the surface. There was so much stuff that evolves and comes around. I mean, 15 years ago, you couldn't have a phone call and see somebody's face at the other end of the phone. A lot of that came from Star Trek in the 60s, and they said that would never be a reality. And here we are after the millennium, if you like, and people are talking opposite sides of the world. And I'm talking to my brother and seeing his face, and he's the other side of the world. So the only thing that stops people inventing stuff is lack of imagination. But the caveat to that is there are lots of people that will focus years of their energy on thinking about coming up with a new idea. Right, so let me elaborate. You think about Dyson, for example. Richard Dyson, who did the Cyclone vacuum cleaner. Hoover, a big American company back in the day, they cornered the market with their Hoover, and it wasn't efficient because the bag would get clogged, the wheels would get clogged with hairs and stuff like that, and it worked for a while and then it didn't work. So what he did was he took product and went, how can I make this product different enough to make a difference where I can corner that part of the market or take a lot away from somebody else in that market? And that's exactly what he did. Now, he spent enormous amounts of money doing this, and he nearly went bankrupt in the process. And I wouldn't advocate that, but he had true belief in his Cyclone concept, and it worked. And then from that, with his project team, he built things like the first wheelbarrow with a great big ball on it, so you could turn it in any direction, and it was really stable. There's been loads and loads of inventions since then. And then now what he's finding is that he's got people nipping at his heels with their versions of the invention. So sometimes it's not a case of having to invent something new, it's just doing something that's slightly better and slightly different. Now, how do you get to that point? That comes from listening. So when visiting customers' shops, they will tell you that they've got a problem with an existing product, and they'll go, right, this product doesn't work because it's too clunky, it's too slow, it wears out too quickly, it isn't good quality. And then that gives you an opening to go, actually, I can improve this. So when, for example, we launched our Unipanel Fixer. Now, the Unipanel Fixer is a way of fixing a panel on the side of a bath. Now, what would happen before we had the Unipanel Fixer, you would have to either buy a great big frame that you would have to put together and put your bath in, and then quite often the panels wouldn't fit on the side of the bath, or you'd have somebody who's fitting the bath and the shower, and they would make a wooden frame. Now, quite often that would be somebody who's not a carpenter, they are a bathroom fitter, and so there'd be problems with that as well. So for the DIYer, for the person that wants to put a bath panel onto the side of a bath and wants it to be fairly sturdy and not moving around, we thought, well, there's a gap in the market here. And so that's how the Unipanel Fixer came along. What happened was, built a prototype, took it out to 50 or 60 of my customers, showed them the product, made sure it was a thing that we could sell, and then we went into the process of making molds, getting the product made, because once you've made molds, it's a very, very expensive process. It costs you 40, 50, 60,000 pounds to make molds for injection molding a product. So you need to know that that's going to work before you start, because otherwise that's going to be a very, very expensive mistake. So if you're out there and you're looking to find a new invention, listen to people whinging about stuff. They'll tell you everything you need to know to either tweak an existing product or find something new to bring to the market, and then make sure you research it before you launch. That would be what I would do. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked what you heard, and if you've got any inventions, ideas, or anything that you'd like to talk to me about, please click in the link below. Love to hear from you. Thanks.